What is up, everyone? How you doing? I am Chris Knight. This is the Khaos Central version of the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 7, Group 2. So I'll try to get that all out in a sentence that's somewhat coherent.
Boomering it again.
No, not quite. Almost, but not quite. What's going on, everybody? I see we got Ninjroid, we got Austinator, we've got I Love Food, we've got Mr. Shadows. Guys, thank you very much. Make sure you grab the link up above where you're watching it, which should be KhaosCentral.com or Khaos Central on YouTube. And share it out on your favorite social media site. We greatly appreciate it. Smash that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, if you're watching this after the fact and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe to Khaos Central. We could really use it. We're trying to get up. We're a little over a quarter way past enough subs to get monetized. We got our hours. We're just trying to get up there. So share it out. If you know people who like talking about, Star Wars, Star Trek, all that different stuff, this is the place to come. So let's start by talking to all the people who are here, the three people who are here with me. We might get some more people here in a little bit, but we'll see. You don't call, you don't write, never get an invite anymore. I have texted you, I have messaged you, I have done all of that.
Come now. We have room.
You want to come up here? Have you watched it, Sean?
Only if you watch it, please.
Join us.
Somebody who doesn't like to get licked by cats.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I don't like saying join us.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
I like other people getting licked by a cat. I personally do not go for that myself, but
I don't mind getting licked by a cat unless it's a tiger.
Oh gosh. No, I can't even think. That would be so gross.
What?
I don't mind getting licked by a cat unless it's a tiger, because a tiger's tongue will skin off a human.
Oh, sorry. I just swallowed my spit the wrong way. I'm gonna go grab a glass of water. I'll be right back.
All right. So when Dandelion comes back, we'll move around. We'll have her come in and talk about herself here in a minute. But we'll start with Eli. Tell everybody about yourself and your channel, please.
I am 6 foot. I like to go to the beach. I like to go to comedy shows. I like to cuddle up on a fire with a glass of wine. I like astronomy. That's why I have a show on YouTube called What's Up with the Universe. When I go live, it's Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, where I talk astrophysics, astronomy, science. That thing like magic, but real. I'm also on Twitter, in case you want to hop on my tweets and read whatever I have to retweet or tweet. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's bullshit, but hey, you may not agree. Oh well. In words of Bob Saget, screw you.
All right. Number one, talk about yourself, your channel, all that good stuff. Jason Lee, you'll be here in about 5 minutes driving home. Got you. Cool.
All right. Number one, come check out my channel. Number one. Yeah, that's good.
All
right. Dandelion, talk about yourself and your channel, please.
I don't have a channel. I'm Dandelion Fluff. I just hang out. Come on streams when they need a redhead, basically.
Talk about furries and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, somebody's going to drag the conversation in together. It might as well be me.
Hey, the Mandalorian Roundtable live.
What was that?
No shame in that game.
I got a notification on my phone saying the Book of Boba Fett Roundtable just went live.
Cool. Yeah, great. Man, that actually showed up earlier than I expected. All right. Well, I'm Chris Knight. The Real Review 3000 is my channel. ADHD for YouTube is what I call it. Basically anything and everything you think of and things you might not want to think about. We talk about, we do it. What can I say? Certain parts of Rosie O'Donnell's anatomy that we don't like to talk about, we talk about all the time on Sundays, especially on the most holy day of the week.
Ever talk about it. But,
And no, it's not her armpit.
No, it isn't. All right, let's get to this. Let's get started. Jason Lee will be here in a minute. I'm not sure about the others.
Hello, Luis Sparrow.
Hey, Luis, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, so we're going to go through. We're going to talk about what we thought of the series or the episode overall. So we'll start with you, Dandelion. What did you think of the episode overall?
Delightful, illogical hijinks.
Illogical?
No, I said, illogical, delightful hijinks.
Okay.
And plenty of fisticuffs, and you know how I love fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs. I remember the first book I read with the term fisticuffs in it, and I had to ask my dad. My dad looked at me and said, "Do you know what boxing is?" And I said, "Yes." He said,
"How can you not know what fisticuffs are?"
I was like 7 or 8 when I was reading a book. My father was but it's not not an American term. An American term is boxing.
Yeah, but
Bare knuckle boxing is fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs is not just boxing.
No, it's what you see in Far and Away.
It's like
Far and Away, what he does in the bar fights. That's fisticuffs.
General fights.
It's a lot more
bare knuckle fighting, boxing.
It is. It's very brutal fighting. Truthfully,
fisticuffs in general can be applied to any sort of fight.
Yeah, wrestling.
Yeah, fisticuffs.
Wrestling.
Any kind of fisticuffs.
All right. Anyway, okay. So hijinks and fisticuffs. Gotcha. All right, Elihu. Overall thoughts, please.
Pew 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 pew. Finally, we got some good Star Wars action scene. And yay, Jason's home.
What's going
By the way, I called it. I was right about Grogu.
Yeah, you did. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Wow. Look at Jason Lee Tucker's awesome palatial estate. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Such a great.
Not at this time. I'll wait till my turn when it goes to likes and dislikes.
All right, really quick, Jason Lee, since you're here, we'll have you go ahead and talk about your channel and tell me when you started playing the piano.
Wait 1 second. Here. All right. I'm the grand piano. Yeah.
Little Beethoven
on the off days.
Twinkle fingers.
Yeah, I was over watching the game at a friend's house, and I had to rush. I was like, "Shit, I got to rush back home real quick."
All right,
let me check out channel. Jason Lee Tucker statement. Like Friday, we just had a show. Me and Austinator, the late night snack show, 11:15. Wednesday, I've been having a show 11:15 with me and Mike Stone. It's called the Coffee Break. I got a couple other shows. Went to a wrestling show last night, CCW, over in Port St. Lucie. Going to have a wrestling probably streaming the next couple days on that. Wednesday night over on Gaskar's channel on the Hangout. And it was here every Sunday night. So until we have another roundtable. I will name that too. We'll have named that too next Sunday. I seen we're not going to have one tonight, so
no.
11 o'clock on that on Star's channel. So, and Chris, thanks for letting me come in tonight.
Not a problem. Okay, we're going to go to number one now. Number one, what are your overall thoughts on the episode?
Yeah, pretty underwhelming. Pretty blah. Pretty unimaginative. Trying to think of all these adjectives to say about it, but I don't know. It was almost at zero. Like I said, I mean, it didn't move the needle any further up for me. Let's put it that way.
Okay, Jason. Overall thoughts.
Let down. We've been talking about this last couple shows. Was expecting a lot more than we got. Wasn't expecting the ending the way we had it. I mean, there was good parts to it, but it was a letdown to me. I mean, it's sort of we was just struggling there for so many episodes, and then we had two, spectacular episodes, and then we just wasn't a finish I really wanted. I was hoping even if it would have been a part one of a part two series going into Mandalorian 3, I wouldn't have been so bad. It was just too rushed. It felt like rushed in the end, and like I said, I was disappointed with the Pikes and the whole we've been talking about all week, and it just felt rushed to me, and it just felt like I had to let's push this down the toilet before we can go to Mando 3. That's just the way it felt to me.
Yeah, I also wanted to say, I felt very anticlimactic. Like, I was really just glad it was done with, basically,
Okay. All right. Anything else from anyone else really quick? No? Okay. Okay, so as with most of this series, there's a lot of good stuff I see in this, and then there's some glaring. I blame Robert Rodriguez mostly for this. That he doesn't understand Star Wars and doesn't understand how to present Star Wars. But I would say that it works fairly well as a Mandalorian season 2.5 finale, which again, when I read it, when I saw that Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy and a bunch of other people were calling it Mandalorian season 2.5, that's when I started to take my foot off of this idea that, okay, they're not doing this, the whole Book of Boba Fett thing right. They're basically saying this is just a way to get us from Mando season 2 to Mando season 3, and here you go. We're going to give you what we can give you. But I can't say I hated this episode. There was some really good stuff in it, I thought. And the things that were telegraphed, which I'll talk about later, weren't as bad as I thought it would be. So let's talk about what we liked. I'm going to start down with Jason Lee. I'm going to have you start and talk about what you liked, and we'll go around up this way.
What I liked. Well, I mean, it was always, even he really shouldn't, probably we didn't need him in the episode. It was good to see Grogu again, we had that part where he come in with the star, with him and R2 came in the thing. Trying to really think, because what I likes and dislikes are like almost in the same scenes, but I mean, it was good. I'm glad we did get to see the Rancor, even though I guess we didn't get to see him ride the Rancor, but I mean, it was pretty cool to see we did get to see the Rancor, where I guess it was what the old Mandalorians used to ride, some kind of type of dragon. Somebody, I think Nindroid and yeah, back in the it would look like a dragon. Yeah, back in the day. So I guess it was sort of tribute to that. I mean, that was kind of cool. I mean, trying to think. It's hard to say. I mean, it's a lot of dislikes and I mean, it's hard to say I like it, but then I dislike the episode also. It just, I guess it was, just bits and pieces. I probably just come back to me a little bit. I was trying to think of, I mean, things I like, but I disliked them also. So it's kind of hard to say that. Let's say so. I
mean, I think for me, and I'm not speaking for you because, of course, I don't want to tell you if you're thinking like me. I don't find a lot of this series, what I've quote unquote disliked, was really dislikes. It's like, okay, I like it, but you're doing it wrong.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Great idea, but your execution of that concept is out of it. That's why I guess that's what I'm sort of stumbled. That's what I'm sort of stumbled because I mean, I like it's we're getting Star Wars content. I liked it that way, but it's not what I wanted to see, what I expected. So it could have been different, and it would have been a lot better. That's what I'm trying to say. Especially after the last two episodes, I was expecting so much different the way they were going to go with it. But I mean, hopefully Mando 3 will pick up better. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay. Number one. What didn't you like?
No, what did you like? Aren't we starting with what we did like?
Oh yeah, what did you like? I'm sorry.
I like that it was the final episode and that we're done with this shit, really. To be honest.
I mean, all right. But let's say there's nothing in this you thought was good. And I don't care if you like the episode per se. What did you see in this one?
They borrowed a lot of stuff from other things. Like I said, it was unimaginative. They basically recycled plots that they've used before. All the scenes had no real mystery to me. Well, now I'm getting to my dislikes. Yeah, I mean, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So really, there's nothing you liked about this episode.
I just like that it's over.
Okay. All right. Elihu, are you alive over there?
He's liking that shit he's smoking right now.
Dandelion, why don't you go ahead and talk about what you like?
What did I like? I like that I got to see R2D2 smack talking everyone again, because I'm always there for R2D2.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked the King Rancor Kong. That was awesome. I like that. I enjoyed the copious amount of unproductive blaster fire. That was super cool. I like that. Seeing Boba Fett riding the Rancor was pretty darn cool. And then, Grogu wanting the spaceship to go faster.
Yeah.
There was also just like little fun, cute moments that I just, like I said, I have decided to just enjoy the show for silly nonsense. And there was loads and loads of silly nonsense in this that I could just enjoy. We had a far better chase scene this time than last time, even though for some bizarre reason, Grogu decided to destroy the tow droid so that they could not escape, which I thought really
I think
weird.
he was trying to manipulate it to go faster.
I don't know about that. But anyway, I thought he just saw some shiny object on it that he wanted.
That could be too, yeah.
But, again, like I said, delightful hijinks. Just enjoy the delightful hijinks. And again, that was a far better chase scene than the previous chase scene with the mighty morphine rangers.
All right. Okay, so Elihu, are you done? Was it a good hit?
He's alive.
He's like,
What?
what?
Are you there, Eli?
Well, I want to add what we were saying earlier, the Cad Bane. The Cad Bane I enjoyed, but I will bring it back to our dislike on that.
But he's probably not really dead because his little heart.
No, he's not dead. He's not. Well, he's probably back, but he's not dead.
Elihu, are you there?
Oh, wait, there's a chat message.
If you're Elihu's neighbors, you need to
Cannot
check
hear
on
you,
these.
Eli.
There's a lot of
we
smoke
cannot
coming
hear
underneath
you.
the door.
And your icon is not pulsing as though you were speaking. So we
Yeah.
cannot hear you. You are not.
So you need to fix that.
Yeah.
Hey, Ratcatcher bot, adorable, delightful hijinks.
If anybody's Elihu's neighbors, check the door if you see a lot of smoke coming. They're not.
Dave,
Why don't
Dave's
you
not
go,
here,
Dave?
man.
And
I
then
will
when Eli gets back.
What I liked, okay, I have to give this episode credit for really giving us a lot more Boba, because Boba Fett, the way he acted in this was much more like Boba Fett. Like when he sends the guy, the handler for the mayor out, it's like I'm sitting there going like, here, this is the terms of our surrender, and I'm sitting there going like, man, he wouldn't surrender here. This is ridiculous. And then when he says, here's my terms, or I'll give you nothing and you'll leave now. I was like,
yeah, I was here the whole time.
Okay.
Because I make sure my echo was not canceled. My echo was cancellation.
oh well, I mean now it's working.
I was fixing my sound.
Okay. Well,
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. All right, I'm gonna finish, and then we'll go to you. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. But I guess you can't hear us. So, anyways,
Can you hear me?
So I liked that. That is very. Yes, we can hear you. Okay. Whoa. Now, the lion fluff left. Okay. Anyways,
Can you hear me now?
yes, I can hear you, Elihu. Can you hear us? Hold on. Let me type this out.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Testing 1, 2.
Okay.
Mine.
Okay. I told him that we can hear him. Somebody type in the private chat. We can hear you. Just
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can't hear me
Yes.
now.
We can hear you, Eli.
Oh, you can hear me now.
yes, we could hear you then too.
Okay,
you just
good.
couldn't hear
Sorry
us.
about that. Okay.
Okay, let me finish. I'm
settle
going to
down.
finish what I had to say about what I liked. Okay, so I liked that exchange. It was very much Boba Fett. Also, when they're out in the street,
I can hear you
and
guys.
now you can. Okay, so when him and the Mando are fighting, it's very Boba Fett. All the things he does.
I can hear you guys. I switched to Chrome.
I think he's got a delay or something.
I've been trying to say yes, I can hear you guys and see you.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna
Put
let
in there
him
that
talk.
okay. Put in the chat that he is very, very delayed and he needs to reset his computer, please, because he's going to keep talking in the middle of us talking. So, okay. I liked Boba Fett, and I think he was more like Boba Fett in this, and he had a lot of good scenes. I liked a lot of the Rancor, really. I did like the Rancor. I thought it was done a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. One of the best scenes, I think, was the R2 flying in the X-Wing. And I say that because I haven't seen all the Clone Wars, so I guess that R4 flew Captain Rex back to Coruscant in the Clone Wars animated series. I haven't seen that because I was going to say, this is the first time I've ever seen somebody be flown from point A to point B in a ship with an astromech that couldn't fly a ship. So it's not that I didn't know that R2D2 could fly the ship. We all knew he could.
It's R2. R2.
But no, it's not that. It's the fact that what it means that we put in this case, if you have a kid who is or if you have somebody that you have to get from point A to point B, that this is kind of something in the live action universe we haven't seen before. So it's kind of an interesting thing that we know now that an astromech can fly a ship of some sort from point A to point B, take off, land, everything on its own. And it's been referenced to, but we've never actually seen it fully happen. So I like that. I thought it was really cool. What else did I like? The droids were kind of cool. I liked them. I kind of questioned that we don't see that a lot in the original trilogy, so it's kind of like out of the blue we get to see more of it. But I liked it. Yeah, so I mean, that's some of the things I liked. Elihu.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we
Very
can.
loudly.
I apologize.
Hold on. All right. Here, I'll fix that. Okay. Can you hear us now?
I can always hear you guys. I just want to make sure you guys can hear
Okay.
me.
Well, you were very, very, very delayed. Like about 30 seconds to a minute behind. So you were saying things long after we were asking. That's why. Okay. So why don't you tell us what you liked about this episode?
I like the SNL skit. Okay, I'm not sure what you said, but I might repeat some of the things. So, what I liked about this episode in general, we actually got a conclusion of why Boba Fett wanted to take over. It's like it's all about the family. He's no longer alone, or it's all togetherness. I like the opening scene when. Pelly, yeah, what's her name? Mechanic. She sees the X-Wing fighter coming in. She thinks it's like one of the Republic officers. She's like, "Officer, actually hilarious." I was like, one of the best scenes in the whole entire series was that one scene right there. That's my own opinion. I actually like the fact that she referenced what all the fans were saying. Oh, Grogu, that's a terrible name. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I'm not calling you that. Yeah, it's what every single fan said when they found the word Grogu. Like, thank you for trolling the fans, man. The scene where they're at the sanctuary and Boba and Mando are talking. And although Mando has been exiled, excommunicated, he still believes he's part of the crew. He got to go back to Mando to defend himself. He's still full committed to Boba. He's like, hey, this is the way. Yeah, I'm with you all the way. Of course, that's most impactful because, one, he does not know Grogu is on Tatooine yet. He has nothing to live for, according to him. He has no idea Grogu's there. I love that he's totally all Mando. The scene where the mayor's distraction, that was kind of funny as shit. Like a Godfather 2 reference, I offer you nothing. It was a great distraction for, oh my gosh, Boba, remember he had a jetpack. Yay, he can fly. Like, where was that in the first episode? But I did like that actual fight scene. Sorry, that was part of the negatives.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the Rancor scene when you see the tough spine, like, yep, that's the Rancor. Finally, the Rancor shows up, and the way it was framed from the nose to the Boba riding the head, I love that upshot. That was one of the best shots in the whole entire series. Was that one shot right there? I'm sorry, it wasn't Grogu force jumping. It wasn't Grogu's napping. It wasn't playing ball. It was the Rancor with the Boba reveal. I'm sorry, that was the best scene ever in the series. What was it? I like the fact that that's part of the negative. The sheriff, what's his name?
Marshall, the Marshal.
Yeah, the Marshal. Yeah, we know he got shot in the shoulder. We actually see him in the back of tank. It's like, okay, good, he's alive. Cool. Probably some other stuff, but I'll probably forget. But I know there's some negatives I did want to talk about.
I'm going to add one more thing. I actually have to say that I actually like the interaction between Cad Bane and Boba in this.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
The way that they first started, that first interaction where they kind of play psych with you, making you think that's where it's going to happen. The fact that they both kind of stand down, it's very interesting. Because, but this shows kind of the this creed that we've heard from the Mandalorian, this bounty hunter creed, that even though they're standing there, and even though Cad Bane could still pull that gun and shoot Boba right there, he doesn't, because there's still this kind of code of honor between all of them that, okay, you put down your gun, I'm backing off. And it is a really interesting interaction there. But okay, so
there was something else I remembered when you mentioned Cad Bane, dude. Sorry. Okay. The fact that from the last time he referenced the townsfolk coming to help do the Boba, he's like, hey, this guy sold out. He worked for the Empire. Don't do it, right? You can tell what kind of character Cad Bane is because remember he actually sold Kid to the Empire. He's a double-crossing best bounty hunter in the New Republic or in the Old Republic. You can tell because they had the interactions like, "Hey, I'm not a young boy anymore," which being, and there's a little more the way he was taunting him. He's trying to get under his skin. That's the way he played back and forth. That was advocate. I'm the asshole. I'm the good guy. This was Cad Bane's perfection character. I love the interaction at the first standoff, and then when they had the final standoff with the draw. I mean, yep, he's a badass drawer. He's the quickest draw. He can kick Boba Fett's ass any day on that. When it comes to close ass fighting, that's what Boba learned from the Sand People. He basically is like, okay, wait a minute. Let me take a pause here. Calm my mind. Where am I? He took the pause like, yes, I got my gappa stick. He kicked his ass. He knows how to use it. He's a close-range fighter. Something Cad Bane is not. He took advantage of that. He knows his enemy.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think Cad Bane was going to really kill him?
Yes.
Do you think he would have?
He got paid hefty enough by the pikes. Yes, he would.
Well, he said, I'm going to give you one final lesson.
Yeah.
So, I think he would have. Again, I'll go into. When we go to things that we don't like. I'll talk a little bit more into that maybe. Okay. Anything else, Elihu?
That was about it.
Okay. Dandelion. Things you did not like. We'll start with you.
Things I did not like. like I said, there was a lot of like illogical things that happened in it, which kind of took you out of the moment, like unnecessary twirls and things, like he used the Dark Saber and like smashed it again, saying, "Oh no, this weapons won't do this and these weapons." Why didn't he take the Dark Saber and like try to pierce the shield? Like, I don't know why when it didn't work and it bounced off, right? The idea is that a shield, you need to penetrate it more slowly, but he didn't even try that with his Dark Saber.
I have to interrupt you there. I'm sorry. I want to explain that. I want to explain that part.
Like a plot device, in a sense, right? I mean, everything is obviously a plot device, but some of the stuff.
Well, I'm going to see.
I can explain.
I want to see if Elihu explains what I've been kind of thinking.
Right.
But go
anyway,
ahead,
other things I didn't like. Like I said, overall I enjoyed silly hijinks, so that was fine. I enjoyed silly hijinks. It wasn't anything that like really I hated. It was fine. I wish they'd sort of said something about those two like pig guard guys, the green pig guards. They just
hey, pigs flew.
They're going.
Like,
yeah, they're sitting there going like,
right? Like they checked
squealed.
everybody else. Like, Fennec went to like or Fennec Shand went to go and check on the like mini morphine Power Rangers.
Morphine.
And the Chewie showed up. Well, not big, but the Kirsten just he showed up. So that was he was fine. But nobody ever's like, hey, I wonder what happened to. I don't know what their names were. I assume they know what their names were. Whatever happened to so and so and so and so. It was just like. They're not human. They're only humanoid. We don't care. That was a little bit unfortunate. I don't know. Maybe that just got like edited out or something. And again, I did find that it was a bit of a really fast ending to the show. Like, like so much stuff in the show had fucking nothing to do with this whole Pikes thing at all. Right, we had all those. 2 episodes of like Mando and Grogu and other stuff, which though of course those were really cool. They were like really good episodes, but they didn't really drive towards the plot of this. And I think they could have done a lot more to focus on the plot and make the plot and the characters on this world a lot more fleshed out. Right, like we didn't really get a lot of. What the bad guys, it was very, it was kind of trite, I guess would be the word as far as that goes, as far as the plot. But I think they could have made it a stronger plot, right? Like it just didn't seem, it wasn't a strong, it was a good concept, but I felt like the execution was a bit weak. Like the whole idea of chasing the drug dealers out of town is, it's a valid thing to be doing, but I don't feel as though they really, like, we didn't really see any of the, like, detrimental effects, right? Like, it seemed like if you just ignored them, they would just truck the drugs through town and everything would be fine, Like, there wasn't a lot of, like, you didn't see, like, drugged out people in corners. Or there was no reason to get rid of the drug trade, in a sense, right? We just want a piece of it. But even out at Freetown, like, why wouldn't, like, the drugs never seemed to be anywhere. They just talked about them. So it just seemed like we weren't really getting a good focus on the plot, right?
The spice trade within Star Wars has always been a very, very, very back burner plot.
Yeah, but that's it's a perfectly valid plot. It's got like, applications in, like drug wars today, and is it worth bothering? There's like so much stuff that you could do with like a drug trade. And they just sort of like, it just sort of seems very incidental considering it was supposed to be like the driving force of the plot. Like it really wasn't. It was just like,
Well, I can explain the Dark Saber part for you.
Okay.
Okay. I think it was Rebels that Sabine, I forgot her name. When she was training with the Dark Saber, she was taught that she has to be one with it, be one with her emotion, with the saber itself, because negative emotions flow into it. That's what causes the backlash and heaviness of it, basically.
Right.
At the beginning of the fight, he knew nothing about Grogu. He still thinks he's still lonely. Up there, he's missing him. He's not part of himself. When Grogu finally jumps into his arms and he's finally releasing his quote-unquote daddy again, he's handling that Dark Saber like a Jedi Master. If you actually watch it, he's swinging it lightly.
But the shield was weakened at that point. You could see that the shield had been weakened.
All right. Well, in that part, yeah, he finally breaks through with it. But the other reason is and somebody mentioned this on Thursday, actually. Thursday or Friday, I can't remember which it was. Anyways, I was on a stream and I said something about it. I don't get that. And I don't get why the Slave One didn't show up, because I figured that would do it. Well, with the idea for the Dark Saber, somebody told me basically that think about in The Phantom Menace when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are sitting there on the ship at the beginning and the droidekas come and they put their shields up. What does Qui-Gon say? He says it's a stalemate. Why? Because they can't use their lightsabers on their shields. So maybe that is just a built-in device that they've already discussed just in a very offhanded way. So I kind of was like, okay, I do see what you're talking about. Maybe. I don't know. So, okay. Anything else?
I think I'm sure other stuff will come to me, but that I've nattered on a lot. But I'll let someone else have a go.
Okay. Elihu, what didn't you like?
Okay, I did like the fact that they were putting Godfather 2, but I didn't like the fact that they kept constantly referring to the Godfather in all these sequences. Like, come on, get a new storyline. Like, yeah, I get the references, okay? I get the tropes of your westerns, Mr. Rodriguez, but please do something else.
We did a King Kong reference.
Yeah, I know. I was going to mention that a second ago.
King Kong.
The Rancor. When it was going all batshit crazy. Where was Boba Fett this whole entire thing? They know the Rancor is Boba's pet, and yet they're trying to fire on it and hurt it. Like, wait, hello? Where is Boba? And it takes Grogu to save the day? Oh, come on. You know, like, Grogu saved the day again? He already saved Mando. I was like, don't worry, I got you, buddy. I do it. Yeah. There's also something else. I actually watched this scene 4 or 5 times, and I do not know when Boba Fett actually reloaded his rocket launcher after he fired it. He fired it, then he's on a rank, then he's all of a sudden has it again. I'm like, yeah, they reload it. I had to watch this and like, wait a minute, that's just finished rocket. It's empty. Now it's full again. What the hell? Consistency, Disney. Consistency, please.
Editing.
Yeah, okay, well, editing. At least get some consistency in this. That's basically some of the things I did not like about that. Except for the fact that it was an overkill when they kept on shooting that guy several times. They kept on shooting him more times. Everybody's hitting that like button right now. So another thing I didn't like about that, yeah, that was a waste of fact. Like, come on, one guy, he's already down. Why waste this? And when those Scorpion droids are coming, they're like, okay, they're coming. Why did they start firing at it? They waited until it was in the middle of the street. Shields up like, oh shit, we're in trouble. You had about 25 seconds to open fire before they go around the corner. Come on. Classic. Idiot tropes.
Seems dumb to keep shooting at them when you know you're not going to penetrate their shield.
Exactly. Yeah, the shield's up.
Just shoot at everyone else and avoid them.
Yeah, shoot at the ground. Shoot at the buildings. Knock them down. Knock stuff on top of them. Slow them down at least. Don't just really shoot the shields.
Yep.
Okay.
Like I said, there's like good parts and bad parts.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to mention the good part. Chris, you mentioned this the last 2 shows. The good part, they finally have more people in the city. If you notice that, the city is.
At one part, yes, they did.
They were still lacking. They were still lacking.
I know,
it was still lacking, but was better. I mean, I think it's really obvious that they tried a little harder around the transport area, but it still looked really lacking. So, but there were more there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Number 1, what didn't you like?
Wackabot.
I did. Done.
Yeah, there was a lot of cringeworthy parts in it. From the goofy flip by one of the
shit. Yeah, shit. Yeah, the 12 shoot.
Oh, the Chris Brown.
And you know what's you know what's really bad is when he goes like, when he goes like, woo, and his tails on his overcoat are flying out. You know what's really bad about it is they literally matrixed it and slowed it down just a little bit. So, yeah, I agree. Number one.
What the? Oh my gosh.
Okay, number one.
Chris Brown. Chris Brown.
Yeah, and then the other cringeworthy, and I thought this was like super duper cringeworthy, was when Palimoto and the Major Domo met, and she's like, "Hey, cute tails on his head." So she's gone from furry to tails, just like that, I guess.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll find some more. I'll find some more comments.
I like her open-mindedness.
So she definitely has some weird fetishes out there, but you know,
I just think she doesn't judge.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not going to judge because yeah, she's definitely out there. But but yeah, I thought that was very cringeworthy part of it as well. Just that whole when they greeted each other scene. Yeah, like I said, this whole episode just felt like it was kind of just going through the motions, kind of just to like wrap it up. Oh shit, we need to show Boba being a badass in this. Okay, you know, they finally did. But you know, to me, it was a little too late. You know, no, we gotta have Boba eat Cad Bane because can't have Cad Bane around anymore, even though he is probably still alive because nobody's truly dead in Star Wars universe anyway.
Elihu.
Sorry.
When he's done talking, if you have a question about what he's saying right now, he can go. But I can't have both of you talking. So go ahead, number one. Finish what you're saying.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, so yeah, no one's truly dead to me in the Star Wars universe, and I believe he's dead. Hell no, I don't believe he's dead. He probably faked it. That's what I'm gonna go by. I'm gonna say he faked his death.
Okay. Really quick, number one. Were you asking him about something, Elihu, for that?
Oh, never mind.
Okay, all right. No, number one. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, and then they borrowed a bunch of stuff from different things. Yeah, the whole King Kong posed by the Rancor, and other little tropes like that. Yeah, they borrowed heavily from westerns a lot, obviously, from from King Kong, from Dune with the whole spice thing in the first place. I mean, that's totally a ripoff of Dune.
Yeah, but that's not. May I just say that's not Disney's fault. That was built into George Lucas's subplot long ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, because the first mention of
just the spice part to me was a ripoff, and stuff like that. So, oh my god, the guy freaking helmeted a cup, but he still caught it. Wow, I can't believe that. But anyway, this is getting nasty, this game, man. But anyway,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, it was anticlimactic. I was like, just rush through it to get, and that's basically what they did. They figured, oh shit, we got one episode to wrap everything up, so let's just kind of rush through it, have stuff going on, as much action and stuff as possible, so people don't notice all the little stupidness about certain scenes and stuff like that. And so, yeah, that's basically kind of what they did, as much pew and stuff as possible in it. And yeah, just to me, just rushing through it, have, checking as many boxes as they could. Okay, let's up Boba's death count, because Lord knows we haven't had him kill hardly anybody in this whole series. So we better have him up his death count in this final episode and stuff like that. So, it was what it was. That's basically all I can say about that.
I'm sorry, Chris. I remember one other thing I didn't like.
Okay. Well,
I thought of one other thing I did like when the Rancor throws the guy and he goes, ah, like that.
All
right.
Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah, that was funny.
Like
Okay. Anything else? Number one.
Nah, that's it.
Okay. Elihu, what is it?
It's something that was very predictable. Every time they show one of Boba's gang members, his one of his tropes, you see him surveying the city. You see the close up of these street merchants and the crowd people, and they're already looking directly toward whoever the mods are, the Wookiee. They're not doing it all about things like, okay, what's going on here? Why are they concentrating on these? Is something going to go on? Is there going to be a shootout or something? It seemed way too predictable. If they just not concentrate on that part, then yeah, it would have been a surprise that the citizens turned on them. But they were concentrating too much on the citizens. Like, here's a Wookiee. Oh, citizens. There's a Mod Squad. Citizens. It was a little bit too predictable. I'm like, okay, what's the shoot that's going to happen? What's going to happen here?
Oh. Jason, what do you not like about this?
Well, being the last episode, like it was rushed, like I was saying earlier. The Pikes was not to me, they were really weak villains anyway. I mean, or a syndicate or whatever. I mean, I was expecting way more from them, and where we had the rumors of possibly Crimson Dawn coming in and Kyra and all them. So to me, that was a letdown there because I was expecting something to come in that deal, and I was expecting Luke to come back. Even if Grogu was going to go with Mando, I figured he was going to come. See, I saw that as an opportunity that he's going to drop Grogu off, and that rumor of Han Solo coming with Ben, that would be he might not have grabbed Ben at the time because I don't know what the timeline, how old Ben is, but he says, you could be my first student or something, and just that first interaction maybe, and then he takes off back to the jungle, the jungle temple where he's staying at. To me, it was a lost opportunity. It just felt rushed. They said it was like, it sort of felt to me. This felt like Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer. It was really good going into it. Then they just fucked up Galactus. I'm sorry, language. Galactus, and they just made him a big ass cloud and they flew in and it ended. That's the way it felt like. It just was a big. We got to end this. Hey, we got 20 minutes left. We got to end this quickly, and it's just like I said, any with the Rancor, I liked the Rancor, but I didn't like it. I hated when Mando was like, "Oh, don't shoot him! You're scaring him." I was like, "Oh my god!" It was real cringy. And even with the Cad Bane scene, I mean, way he killed him. I mean, he was like poking a piece of plastic. I mean, I know Disney ain't gonna show no blood or nothing, but it was kind of, it looked cheap. I mean, when he was poking him, it looked like he was poking a piece of plastic. And his light was blinking, so rumored that I guess the little robot's gonna come get him and he'll be back. But it could have been more a little dramatic. I mean, you had a really good scene there, and it just made it look real cheesy and cheap to me. And then this is the main thing, and I heard this on multiple people say this. At the end of the thing, he says, "I don't think we're him and." Fennec said, "Hey, I don't think we're cut up for this." So, we're not cut up for this. Maybe we don't need to be here. So well, who can do that? And then we see the sheriff, which I'm scared about. You see who was with the sheriff when he's in the bathroom tank. It got that guy looks like Rick James in there with the blowtorch. So
I forgot his name.
I'm expecting it. I'm
Rick James, bitch.
Yeah, he's what he looked like. I thought it was Rick James first I saw it. And then we had Chris Brown doing a little spinneroonie out there in the street.
The cyborg punk modified guy is an actual artist. Man.
Yeah.
Yes. So okay. That's not what it's about.
I'm just scared we're gonna look at the birth of Cable. He's gonna come out looking like Cable. Or something. That's what I'm a little worried about now. But like I said, there's bits and pieces, but I just did it wrong. It just all the stuff was there to make an awesome ending episode, and it just did it wrong. I know they'll probably make a second series of it. Well, and here's another thing: the Hutts. We didn't get no word. The Hutts, we had no conclusion on them.
They said they were leaving. They said they were leaving. They left, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, that just even that it was like,
Yeah,
and then And then you got
why are the Hutts? Why did the Hutts leave when we obviously find out that the Pikes were not really that bad of a
I'm
to deal with?
They didn't build enough of the plot of what was going on.
And the Pikes were shooting like stormtroopers out there. They were missing. It looked like a bunch of stormtroopers out there. It was very bad. And poor, I like the big Black Kazarian, the big Wookiee, but damn, they shot the man. If as many times they shot him in the leg and back, I'm surprised how is he still walking? So it was a little unbelievable there too. So
yeah, they'll need to get.
I know it's a fantasy story, but
they'd need to get like an extendable bacta tank to put him in it.
I know. I mean, he got popped in the leg quite a few times, and I know maybe their little blasters were on like stun or minor shots or whatever. I don't know, but if you get shot 2 or 3 times in the leg and you had all those guys jumping on you, stabbing and hitting you, I don't think you'd be moving as quickly as he was. So,
dude, those guns were set for Ewok, not Wookiee.
But
all right, anything else?
That's about it. I mean, just a cluster.
Right.
Yeah.
So, one thing, editing to and from front to back on this whole series. The part where Boba Fett shoots his missile and then he has it again. It's like, okay, I know he can reload it. We know this, but they don't show it at all.
Yeah, where is it?
And then the part where Fennec Shand flips over, comes to save the mods, and she flips off the building, and everything's awesome. She kills the Pikes. They're all right there. That was great until she walks through a fucking arch, and her bike is right there. And I'm sitting there thinking,
auto recall? Does it have auto recall?
Well, even then, it's like it's right there. It doesn't move. It's not moving. It's been sitting. And it's like, did they not see her show up? I don't care. They're just put it back and have her go walk through that archway and walk around. And you don't even have to show her leaving on it.
She stole someone else?
No, it isn't. It's the exact same one she drove.
Then it's got
so
auto.
Obvious.
Just, had it go park there.
No, it doesn't. It does not. No. It's bad editing.
Just
bad editing. It's bad editing. And
that was one of the things I just la-la-la'd about. La-la-la.
The whole Cad Bane thing is kind of perplexing. I liked it, but I wanted something that kind of gives us more background between them, kind of like Ahsoka and Luke that we didn't get. I wanted something to be said about when he says, "I bested you once before." I wanted something about the dent in the helmet, all of that stuff, which was a non-used plot line in the final season of Clone Wars. It was the bounty hunter plot line. I think that they could come back to that and maybe do it in live action, maybe, I don't know, or do it in Bad Batch. But hey, there were just a few things. It's just constant. It's not about not liking it. It's about what are we doing? What are we doing? We don't understand what we have here, and yet sometimes it's like, okay, cool. Like you said, the chase. That chase worked really well, and it looked good. When Fennec got on her bike, it looked like a speeder bike. But when the mods get on their bikes, it looks like they're putting along, like they got like they're riding lawnmower engines. I'm trying to figure that out. So
they're on mopeds. He's on a motorbike.
Chris, do you
mopeds go smoother than that.
Chris, do you think the Cad Bane Boba Fett scene would have gone better if he would have made a reference like, "You're gonna be dumber than your sister," or "slower than your sister," or something like that?
No, I don't need Omega mentioned until they either put her in this. I mean, I know it's canon because it's in the Bad Batch series, but I don't need that because I don't know if he knows that. Because I don't know if he really I'm not sure how far they've gone into that, who actually Boba Fett is. I guess that he knows he's a clone, but I don't know.
I don't think I don't think he knows she exists, because the whole point of this episode was no longer a loner. The Sandy people, the Tuscans, talking about family.
Well,
so
but it's a non-point in this. I like the Rancor part, but it's like the big problem with that is are there two things that have ever been more telegraphed in a TV show than Grogu's return and that Rancor riding? A calculus student, a geometry student, like mathematicians could never draw that straight of a line from point A to point B.
Well,
they didn't even.
I don't think they were being coy. That was just like,
no, they weren't. But it's like, let's not just make it happen. It's like they said it, and you knew as soon as they said it the way they said it, it was going to happen. It wasn't like a question, because when he leaves, this is the classic trope of a horror movie. When they walk in and there's a flashlight and there's a gun and there's an axe murderer in the house with you, what do they pick? They pick the flashlight. What happens with the flashlight? The batteries are dead. That's literally how telegraphed this was. I'm in the palace. I can either grab the slave one, or I can grab the Rancor. Which is going to do the job better? Probably the slave one. Yeah, they did. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is the Rancor and the droids are blowing up everything in town. These buildings are falling apart around them, everything, right? Except for that one wall that the Freetown people were behind and everybody else was behind. That wall is the strongest fucking wall on Tatooine.
That's why they picked it. That's why they picked that place to defend.
Everything is shooting at it. Everything is like, it's like, what the hell is this?
Dude, the sanctuary survived the bombing. It's got to be strong walls.
Sure. Anyways,
it's a major plot armor wall. What do you expect?
It is, exactly. It's not understanding. Yeah, she's been getting them all night, because every time I go to do it, it's like there's something wrong. That's because she's already whacked him. Okay.
I got my +10 wrench of whack today.
Lovely reference there. I like that. Okay.
And another thing is, I didn't like how fast and easily Finn took out all the other dudes to wrap it up in like 30 seconds, you know?
It was really weird that, okay, the only thing I see in this is if we keep Boba Fett in his own series, which I don't think they're going to do. I think they're going to combine the Mandalorian and Boba Fett, and they're going to go down the Mandalorian line, where Boba Fett's going to help him get to Mandalore. Boba Fett is going to become full on Mandalore, like we know he does eventually. I think that the problem with that scene is, and the only reason why I think they put it in, is maybe if Fennec Shand stays with them, it still leaves a bit of an opening for her not to be everything we think she is, because she goes in, she kills them all, and in a way of just kind of like matter of factly, did anybody see me, and then runs out the door, and it's almost like perhaps they're trying to say she's still a saboteur of some sort. I don't know. Because nobody ever told her to go do that.
Oh yeah,
I mean, well, he did send her, but
he's like, you get there in time, and she's like, yep. Off she goes. Save her little mini morphine moped.
I don't know. I don't know the point of that.
I don't think there's anything sinister there. I think it was just that
I don't think so either.
They didn't build up the plot enough for this show. Mm-hmm. They spent too much time on like side plots. I mean, I liked I liked the backstory stuff. We're just going to quickly talk about the whole thing. I liked the overall story. I liked the backstory stuff. Boba Fett, kind of being reborn and realizing that just being a bounty hunter is not enough for me. He finds new meaning with the Tuskens. Develops some different fighting skills. That's all very cool. I like that a lot. But they spent so much time doing other stuff, and they never really focused on, like, why don't they want the spice there, or do they want the spice there but they want to run it? That was very ambiguous, like what the point of that was. And then I mean, it seems like even if not there, then the Pikes are kind of in charge of the spice running anyway. So if they chase the Pikes off, there's just not going to be spice on Tatooine. And so it was very like the plot was just so ambiguous, right? They didn't really focus hard on like why we want this like this. Like, you know, when they were at the bar, they didn't talk about spice. It wasn't like something that people were like, you know, dealing or anything. Like you don't really see the
the cantina would have been the perfect place for like them to be passing around spice and just to be a part of the.
They just say, oh well, you know, spice is killing our people, but you don't see it. Like it's just not even like visible. It's all like they tell you the plot instead of like showing you and developing the plot. You know, like there's no people come like when they have, you know, his supplicants coming to ask him favors, you know, there's no mention of it whatsoever as being a good or bad thing. Like there just wasn't any focus put into really building this plot up in a strong enough way for us to really care about the resolution. And then they just rushed through this, like, you know, mini war. It wasn't like a real battle or anything. It was like, you know, 2 Scorpioid, whatever they are, droids. And, you know, that was kind of it. And a ragtag bunch of like people from like, it was just those people. There was no townspeople whatsoever. Like they're like, you know, showed up with, you know, pokey sticks to like back them up or anything like that. It was just, everybody just like disappeared. Like it was, I don't know. It didn't really seem like, you know, they had the support of the people around them either. They just didn't really they just didn't build the plot of this show enough. It was all just very like, we're going to do this now. Now this will happen. It wasn't, wasn't a very organic plot development at all.
But this isn't the first time they mentioned drug use because Qui-Gon was offered death sticks before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, think about it. In the very first movie we ever got of Star Wars, it's mentioned. No. My father wasn't a part of the Clone Wars. He was he was a pilot on a spice freighter. Boom. It is mentioned from the get-go in these films. It's just always been a very, very, very back burner plot. And Solo tried to make more of it, and they didn't really, because they went for the whole refined whatever the gas the stuff was for hyperspeed or for hyperspace. They just dealt with a lot of, you know, it's just been something that they're trying to bring into this, but then they just kind of forget about it. It's, you know, I don't know. So yeah, okay, let's just go through really quick, guys, and do our final thoughts, where we think this is going to lead to in the Star Wars universe. Do you think it's going to just move into Mando 3, or do you think you get a season 2? Where do you think this puts us in the Star Wars universe? Then give me your grade for the series and the grade for the episode. Dandelion, go ahead.
As far as grades go, I'm going to give this episode a C and the whole show a C. I think, again, I wasn't blown away. I enjoyed it a lot. As far as I'm looking forward to the Mando season, if they do, like, you know, all band together and go check out Mandalore, I think that'll be really cool to see. Because, you know, now we've heard a lot about it, and that could be a pretty cool adventure. As far as more Boba Fett, I hope so. I could see a second season. I hope they develop a more definitive plot. Maybe the Hutts try to come back and take over or something. I don't know. But, you know, there's so much possibility for it to be a really good second season if they do one. So, and again, they don't talk about the spice being good or bad, right? Because, I mean, even in Dune, the spice is both, like, somewhat bad, but also extremely necessary and, you know, ubiquitous on the planet. So, but the spice is not from this planet; it's from another one. It's just traveling through. So, yeah. But it feels like, unless you're really familiar with the whole saga and all the, like, you know, all the animated and all the books and all that kind of thing, that this sort of really just sort of like falls out of the sky and lands in a big tangled heap on the sandy surface of Tatooine without much explanation. So I think as we get more of these shows, the universe, for people like me who maybe haven't seen everything, will be somewhat clarified and make more sense. So, I mean, like I said, I enjoyed the show. I have just decided to enjoy it for the fun hijinks and fisticuffs.
Okay, very good. Elihu. So wait, what did you give the series?
C.
C, and then the episode.
A C.
Okay, so C. All right, cool. Elihu.
The only episode that number one enjoyed was a 38-minute trailer for Mandalorian season 3. This is what I think. Yeah, we got a little bit of Boba Fett that we wanted. People complained that, oh man, all he did was stand around and do nothing. Well, if you watch the prequel movies, that's exactly what he did. He stood around and did nothing. Yeah, he flew his ship, that was it. But he stood around and did nothing. So why are you complaining? Yeah, we finally got some action with the old Boba, I can't talk. Old Fett. Fett got fit. He lost his dad bod. The series was actually great. We got a little backstory. We finally got to see Carlos Sarlacc pit on screen in canon. We finally got a understanding of why he actually wanted to take over. I love the action sequences in the show. Some of them were pointless and meaningless, like the one-on-one fighting, the trophy one-on-one fighting in the bar, one-on-one fighting in the street. But I mean, come on. Yeah, one on one person, attack the motherfucker. But just stand there and fight one-on-one. It's like put down your gun and fighting hand in hand. No. But this whole entire series, I have to give an A-. But this episode, I give a B-.
Okay. Number one.
Yes.
Where do you think it leads us? Episode grade, series grade.
Yeah, I guess I'll be nice and give this episode a D, and the overall series, I guess, a D.
Who are you and what did you do with number one?
All right. D&D, where do you think this puts us? Do you just think it's just
I think they'll
stopping off point from the Mandalorian?
I think they'll have Boba in some episodes of the Mandalorian season 3, where he'll probably be more badass than he ever was in this series, which is pretty sad when you think about it.
LA1, I heard.
And I'm kind of worried for the future of Kenobi because of this series.
Okay.
It makes me worried that everybody's talking more to me about Vader in the Kenobi series than Kenobi right now, and I think that's the route. I think that's the route they're going to go. I think Kenobi is going to have. It's going to be like this series. It'll have Kenobi at the beginning from the rumors out there. And then Vader comes in episodes 3, 4, 5, 6, apparently, and those will be the fire episodes. Unfortunately, rightfully or wrongfully, but and I feel like again the title character is not going to be the title showcase. Unfortunately, that's the mojo that they've had for every show. It seems like that the title character is more of a side character in his own series, which is pretty sad. But they've done it with every series, so why would they break from that? To me, they won't, and that's what I'm worried most about Kenobi. Moon Knight. Moon Knight is the only one that looks like it's going to feature Moon Knight, but hey, you know. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it just worries me with the where Star Wars is at and where it's going. I don't think they have a clear direction, unfortunately, for most of their shows. It's almost like a one and done type deal. I don't expect a second season. Even if they did, I really don't. I don't even want to revisit Boba anymore unless he just appears occasionally on The Mandalorian. To me, his story felt like it's done. They pretty much said it's done. They're like, oh, we're not really cut out for running Tatooine after all. My bad type deal at the episode. So it's like, well, that was a complete waste of time. So, so I hope they don't do the same with Kenobi. I hope they don't just kind of, feature Kenobi. I think they're gonna, feature him a lot in the first 2 episodes, obviously. But then if 3, 4, 5, and 6 are going to be with Vader, I think that's what those episodes are going to primarily be about. And everybody's going to be talking more about Vader than Kenobi. So I feel that this is the path that they've kind of laid. That the secondary character is way, way more intriguing than the primary character, which is pretty bad when you think about it. But I guess that's the mojo right now,
Okay.
Oh, hey, by the way, guys, Marvel Studios has officially confirms that Patrick Stewart, Professor X, will be in Doctor Strange.
Yes or no? I said that they're all but confirming, but now I guess they did confirm it or whatever. But yes, no, it's obvious it's him because the way he comes up and the way they shoot him. And Patrick Stewart's the first choice because it's easy in a multiverse situation to make Patrick Stewart one of Professor X's variants. Because then you don't have to stay with him. You can pick a different person. So, Jason Lee, where do you think this puts us in the series? Final thoughts. Great for the series. Great for the episode.
Final thoughts for the series. It's going to get a B-. I mean, just barely, almost C+. That's due to the last 2, the 2 episodes before it really, shot it up there. They were really top tier episodes, but we had a couple was really low. I was going to say it could probably, to me, would have been a lot better if it wasn't for some of the really bad episodes we had. And this one being a mediocre. This episode to me probably was a C+, C. So that's why I said it just barely made maybe a B- overall. I don't think they're going to make a season 2 now because we haven't heard no word of them saying they're going to make a season 2. Usually after the finale, they usually within the 24 hours, there's season 2 coming soon. Coming soon. So, I mean, it was like Loki. Hell, we had Loki right at the end credits. So, now I ain't saying Boba Fett's done. I could just see he's going to. We already lost the Rangers of the Lost Republic show too. They're not going to do that, but he's just going to tie.
Actually, they haven't killed it yet. They're just trying to reformulate it.
More likely, it's going to be tied in. It's going to be with Mando and Ahsoka and whatever other shows that Lando Mando verse they're going to try to do with Thrawn and stuff. I think probably his time in Tatooine is going to end if, like you were saying, he's probably going to be heading probably to Mandalore and help out the Mandalorian. I just don't see too much more in Tatooine to do. I mean, you got the sheriff, he'll come back and unless, we want to have more time with the Hutts and, if the Pikes want to come back and stuff, but there's just really not much more I see going on in Tatooine at this time. So, like I said, I'd like to see them possibly maybe go do some bounty hunting, but it ain't gonna be a whole series about Boba Fett. It's just gonna be maybe pop in a couple episodes, maybe a Mandalore 3 or Ahsoka or something. It might be a whole episode about him, but or more of him. But I don't see him having a whole series anymore. So that's pretty much my. That's what I believe. I might be wrong, but that's what I think is gonna happen.
Okay.
Jedi said he'd give it an F-. So. Jedi Bill.
He liked it way less than we did.
Wow. Okay, and what'd you give it for the series?
For the series, like I said, just popped over a B-.
Okay.
This episode probably just under a C+, almost a C+. So that's like I said, it's just going to get that B- for the total average of the whole series.
Yeah. I don't disagree with the things that Danny is saying. there were things, like I said, there's plenty of things in this I like. I'm just sitting there going, like, they don't understand everything that they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. And it's very glaring when they don't understand it. I'm not talking about Boba in a way. They just need to focus on him more.
Are you going all LDG about this?
No, yes. I'm not. Because I don't sit here and watch it 5,000 times. I watch it once, and I come up with my ideas, and that's it.
You like, so you're mad.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not mad. I said I like this series. I liked this episode. I don't know if we get a Book of Boba Fett 2 or a Boba Fett Series 2. I don't know. I don't know. I think they're going to lead more into the Mandalorian. Boba Fett's going to be with the Mandalorian. Fennec Shand's going to be a part of that. We're going to see more of the line of the Mandalorians and them becoming, Boba and Mando trying to find Mandalore and help Mando become his creed or his clan again, and Mando possibly going in with him on that. But I think that's where it leads. I don't hate the series though, so I give this episode a B-. I'll go B+, and then I give the series a B- because. Mm-hmm. It was glaring when they didn't do things quite right. I think they needed to focus on Boba more. It's kind of like when I was going with when we were doing Hawkeye, when I was saying about Hawkeye, about the fact that I wanted them to focus on Hawkeye. And in episode 3, it felt like they were going to take that focus off Hawkeye. And then all of a sudden they like took everything back and said, nope, we're focusing on Hawkeye. And they focused on Hawkeye. They got through it. And that series ended pretty well. This one, they forced everything to the final, and then they just said, screw it, we're going to go right through everything. We're going to fix everything right now.
Hey guys, I got some sad news to break for you. Ivan Reitman just died.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Chris, but I got some sad new news. Sorry, dude.
Did he just die?
Yeah, I just got a news from AP. He died. Aww. Sorry, dude.
Wow.
Well, they haven't even put it on Wikipedia yet.
AP is notifying people, so I'm like, hey, AP's breaking it.
I see it.
AP.
Ghostbusters, Animal House.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that his son got the last one out then.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. It sucks, but I mean, I'm glad they got the last one out at least. I'm glad his son at least got to take the reins. Wow, that sucks. Okay, but I want more Boba Fett. I want more Boba Fett. This didn't kill my love of Boba Fett. People are saying Boba Fett isn't.
With me and Morian about Kenobi, though.
Okay, so there's several things I see in Kenobi. If Kenobi leaves Tatooine, it better be a damn good reason. It better be very early on. If Darth Vader is trying to find him the whole time, and it does a lot of splitting back to Vader where he's galaxy hopping looking for him and other Jedis, I won't hate it, but it does need to focus on Obi-Wan. And you know what? I've said it time and time again, number one, and I think I've said this. They have a hard time focusing and really it is the flow of a series that they don't understand. They don't understand how TV series work. That when you got 7 episodes, you don't have time for 2 fillers. You have to go from point A to point B and get through your plot points pretty quick and set up what the main plot is and go forward. And they have yet to show that with Marvel or
if they
Star Wars.
If they have 2 Vader episodes and Kenobi's either not in them or barely in them, will you be upset? That's all I'm asking.
No, not really, because I like Vader. But my biggest worry is that they're going to muff up how the Vader Kenobi fight is in A New Hope or Star Wars. I'd much rather have said that I think it'd be the coolest thing they could do is lead up to where they do a reshoot of that lightsaber battle on the Death Star with Christensen and Ewan McGregor and kind of do like the SC-38 scene. But I don't know. I'm kind of worried about everything that they do. I mean, for instance, before it's even out, do you know that Andor has already been greenlit for a second season?
Andor?
And that show, unless it features, well, and again, here I'm going, it's got to feature, to me, more K2SO than Andor. I'm sorry.
Well, is he going to be in it even, or are we going to see how he gets him? I mean, there's all the, but the fact that they greenlit the Andor series for season 2 before they even flesh out Obi-Wan and get it out there, or get the first season of Andor out there, what it tells me is Disney wants to push their stuff out there more and make their stuff more of a front and center thing. When fans have basically told them, no, you have to show us the love for our characters or the characters we love more. I guess. I don't know. Anyways, we're not going to go down the rabbit hole of that. Am I worried about Obi-Wan? Not completely, but not. So it's like this. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for it, but hesitantly. All right. Oh, I see what you're saying. I didn't see the private chat until now. Droning on, really?
I said it a while ago.
Yeah, a very long while ago. I was droning on, so I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I know. You didn't even notice till now.
All right, guys. Dead 75. Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
So David, Danny, I Love Food, Hakimi, all you guys that were here today, Austinator, Nintendroid, Sean Stackhouse came in. All you guys, thank you very much. Jedi Bill, you're here too. Thank you. Guys, you're great. I did finish off the poll. I had a poll
and
up.
a special thanks to all the bots that showed up today.
Absolutely.
Always appreciated.
Because Dandelion loves to give bots love.
Whacking a bot. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to get a wrench just to keep here at my desk.
And we're going to hear every once in a while, we're going to hear.
You should get a rubber mallet.
Because I just stubbed my toe or finger or something on it.
All right, those squeaky rubber mallets.
Hey, Tim.
I asked, did you like this episode of Book of Boba Fett? And we got a 61-38 yes, 61% yes. So it's like,
what? I liked it. I enjoyed the show. It was fun.
Like the stream for the Panther. Like a Panther. Like a Panther. God. Okay, guys. With that said, thank you, everybody who was here. Thank you for my panelists. We're going to go around one more time, have you guys tell everybody about yourselves. We'll start down there with Jason Lee Tucker. Jason Lee, tell everybody about yourself and your channel, please.
What's going on, everybody? Jason Lee with Jason Tucker Statement. I'll be having a stream this coming Wednesday night, 11:15. The Coffee Talk with Jason Lee and Mike. We talk. It's just Mike is a local coffee producer here in Okeechobee, and we just gonna have a little casual. It's a casual talk, news, maybe a little entertainment, different things. On Friday, or every Friday night at 11:15, we have me and Austin there have the late night snack show. Well, we're talking about Boba Fett every night, and we had our little salute, little tribute. If anybody's seen that little video I made last week of the farewell of the Boba Fett, but I will be finished up talking about Peacemaker and different things coming up. We got no Doctor Strange trailer just came out a little while ago. Looks pretty cool. Also on Wednesday night, hangout with at 8 o'clock at Basco's channel, the Hangout. And well, we won't have the roundtable next week, but we will have the Name That Tune on Han Star's channel at 11 or 11:30. What time is it? 11 o'clock?
11.
11. So.
It's 11.
Okay. And then different channels around. Chris, appreciate it, brother. It's been awesome. It's been an awesome roundtable and really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's we're not hating it. It was not the best. It was an average. It was a little bit better than average. I mean, we have to compare it to like Mando 2, because Mando 2 to me was a lot better show. I mean, that's why I would give it a higher A's and B's. And so you have to look at that compared to this. This was not as good to me as that show. So, I mean, it was not, F range, but it wasn't as good as like Mando 2. So Jason, I appreciate everybody.
But Jason, we both agreed the Phil episode was the worst one.
Which one?
the frog, the alien frog planet, with the ice planets.
Yeah.
So yeah, we both agree on that one. So come on.
Yeah, but I know, but wasn't as bad as some of this stuff that some of that we had here though. So let's see what happens the next few shows.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you very much for being here, Jason. Appreciate it. Number one, tell everybody about yourself and your channel, please.
All right, number one, you can catch me on my channel, number one.
Awesome. Elihu, tell everybody about yourself and your channel, please.
I am 6 foot. I like going to the beach, comedy clubs.
Your channel.
My channel. Okay. I have a channel.
Not about you, just about your channel more.
You can tell us about you. That's fine.
Well, I do have a love astronomy, and I have a science show called What's Up with the Universe. When I do air, it would be at 3 o'clock Eastern Time on Wednesdays. We talk about astrophysics, astronomy, all that good sciencey stuff. You know, when you look up in the middle of the night and go, what the hell is that? Well, tune in and find out.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll hop on Chris's streams on a weekly wrap-up and the Khaos Crew. Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time with 3 topics. Sometimes, right now we're doing rankings, doing the TV shows, right, Chris?
Yes. That's going to be Thursday and Friday, I believe. And I think it'll be simulcast over on Onzo's and over here on Khaos Central.
Awesome sauce.
But as usual, if you want to vote on when it goes to the chat, you got to come over here to Khaos Central.
Yeah. And I'm also on Twitter. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet. Hey, no, it's a lottery. Thanks for having me on, Chris.
Not a problem at all. Dandelion, tell them about yourself.
Dandelion Fluff. I don't have a channel. I just come and talk, cause trouble. About it.
She does that.
And apparently it's a contract that I don't remember, so maybe I was drunk on a stream or something.
Did you drink a ball?
I cannot confirm nor deny that any of that has any merit or not merit. And I can't confirm or deny what I just said either. And I can't confirm or deny what I just said after I said that.
Suspicious.
Well, whatever. I can't confirm or deny that it is or is not suspicious.
Going on about something else.
I am Chris Knight. The Real Review 3000 is my channel, ADHD for YouTube. And basically the easy way to do this is remember that the next roundtable we'll be doing on Khaos Central will be Moon Knight. I believe Onzo's taking the helm on that one. He'll figure it out. I don't know if we're doing 2 different groups or if we're doing 1 group. I have no clue. So when we find out more about that, we'll let you know. That's going to be a couple weeks down the line.
Speaking of Moon Knight, the director and producer has confirmed, quote, "No, we are not turning it back. It is very brutal," unquote.
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to let people know that. I'm like, yes.
So Moon Knight's next. Next week, the weekly wrap-up will move back to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Next week, we'll have the Name That Tune tryouts at 11 p.m. Eastern over on Honstar's channel. Tomorrow will be The Gospel According to Chris with Mary Mayhem. We will have a Gaming EO this week on my channel. We'll have, I think, a Knight Rider on my channel this week, too. Lots of stuff going on. But this week, we will not have any of the Khaos Central shows. We're taking the week off. Thursday and Friday will be the best TV shows of the 90s, I believe, on here and Onzo's channel. So, guys, thank you very much. Thank you to my panelists. You guys were great. And I appreciate everybody, guys. So thank you. Good night.
Later, weirdos.